So now let's talk about something called a case. So you're going to have in your idea an iterative process. And you're going to have an ohm, right? And people are going to go, oh, I loved that. Give me more. So what's your more? It's your case. Cases can look a bazillion different ways. So let me tell you, at the end of the day, a case is a call to action. When you hand that document, email, blog, post, whatever it is, whether you're putting it up to a broad community or handing it to one person, it is your call to action. So I'm going to give you just a definition for working purposes so we can talk about that today. But a case is a document whose end result is to inspire the reviewer or reader into a specific action around your vision and idea. There is a clear, and I'm going to repeat, clear call to action so the other person can successfully support you. And the reason why I keep saying request, 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 what's the point of giving a case for action if there's no action taken? So where can you use cases for action? As I said, you may put them all over the place. You can put them in emails, blogs, they can be in your own, formal proposals, presentations you do to people, status and annual reports, through your social media. You can use QR codes to get people to take action, iPhone, smartphone apps, websites, you name it. Now, why did I stress the request thing? Here's the thing. In this cartoon, I have an artist that did the cartoons for my book. I actually had a phone call with an organization that was trying to get a product out there and get people to support it and do a specific action. And I said, well, what did you do? And they said, oh, we did this huge Facebook thing. And, we got really positive response. And we went up to 2,000, like some astronomical, 2, 3, 4, I don't even remember. It was a huge number of Facebook likes on their page. They had 0 increase in sales. And when they said, well, you just look and see what's going on, I looked and that's me at the end of the table going, you never actually asked them to do anything. So, except like your page. And there was the flaw in the whole thing. So their case for action wasn't a case for action. So the other reason why case for actions, and there's 2 of them, can fail are A, clarity. So it's very muddy. And just so you know, we tend to get very muddy in our requests when we're not clear ourselves and or we're not confident. And we're going to talk about a practice to improve clarity on your case for action. The second thing is that we do wrong is we use a lot of jargon. So one of my mentors from many, many, many years ago, when I was learning fundraising, he told me in a course, he said, look at this, write something, and then as soon as you write it, cross off every adjective and adverb you use, and then see if there's actually any substance. Brilliant practice, works great. Keeps you from cheating, makes sure that you're actually putting in high quality content and not putting a lot of flowery adjectives and adverbs around nothing of substance. So when you design your case, I want you to begin with the end in mind. What are the outcomes? I want you to grab them at hello. So you have to start with something that's catchy. And how do you grab them at hello? Tell a really good story. You know, it's funny, I've been starting to do a bunch of press and PR for my book. And the story that everyone wants to talk about is losing 100 pounds. And even though it's like this whole corporate thing and all these big ideas and I can talk about all this other stuff, everyone loves that story of how I got inspired to lose that weight. You also, in the case for action, need to make the case. So what is the data showing? What are the things and why they should be involved? Why are you the person, the one, the unique thing that they should be looking at? And then also creating urgency. This is another weakness. A lot of times when I look at people's stuff, they don't put time sensitivity on it or urgency. And so what happens is people let it languish or they ignore it because there's no urgency to it. Sometimes there's no path. So they read through and again, they're like, I don't know where to go. And that path should end up with something that is to ask you or do something. So make sure you ask. And if you can, in all ways, anyway, incentivize them to respond to your ask. So I gave you some quick steps. So when you go back and review this video, you have your steps for building your case that I just went through in a nice neat list that you can grab and use.